All right, welcome. This is a trade review recap on my ES short, also some NASDAQ in there, but basically the same trade here. Um, we have these relative equal highs here into this 4-hour fair value gap. If we zoom out here, you can see that this was a fair value gap. Ended up getting mostly filled, and now it lines up with the new week opening gap, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we had some relative equal highs here. Let's turn this thing off. Relative equal highs right here. Got souped here. And then right as this was happening, we did end up getting some bearish close on the net premiums. And I was already looking for a short. We were also tagging this order block. So I was like, okay, let's get short. Thing was, I should have been looking for SMT and I should have been trading NASDAQ. So there's a few things here. Relative equal highs here on NASDAQ. Also soup those. Didn't tag, so I was like, oh, that's an SMT, but it's not for me, what I'm looking for. And then yeah, so got short ES once we did get that flow confirmation didn't happen down into here. So got in on this 2022 model entry, rode this down, but I was wanting lows, low of day. I was actually thinking we could hit here. But I did make a few mistakes here. Let me pull up my write up. So here's my little write up I did for the trade. Forgot what I was gonna look at. But anyways, I wanted the low of the day or the lows, and the problem was there was no news. I had already missed the AM morning session, which is where we got this big pump, and that was kind of the move of the day. And it was silly for me to think that we would have just crazy volatility and make new lows on the day. So that's my mistake, and I did pay for it. So small loss though, 1.7 R. Normally I would want to keep that right at 1 R, 1.2 R maybe, adjusting for fees or whatnot. And I tried scaling in more size as every little any little SMT I saw, I was like, oh, that's a idea to get short on Nasdaq to add to my trade. As you can see, that was a mistake. Got stopped out. Easy solution to this is just avoid it. You know, we've already had a move of the day. Yes, we may still be going down, but we had rallied this whole morning and no news. That's kind of a big ask to expect us to suddenly, have a big soup and then reverse into lunch. So silly of me to do that. As you can see now, we do have the same setup forming here. So maybe tomorrow I'll be blessed and take this same trade again, but with more of the missing elements there. And yeah, but yeah, there was that was taken. Um, yeah, just a few things there about how I could have just known. Like we already had a clear big move up on the day with the news in the morning. Boom, game over. Plus, I had missed a long trade here on YM. This was my exact trade I was looking for with these relative equal lows. Totally souped those. Basically inverse of what happened on, which is kind of funny, on ES. But this one was logical, and there was a good reason for me to get long here, and there was SMT everywhere with the other indices. Um, so, so yeah, didn't take this, but yeah, that's what happens when you miss a trade and you sleep in and you don't take into consideration. I should have done a pre-trade plan, especially since things have changed, and I didn't. So that's what happens. So yeah, solutions to these mistakes are obviously keep in mind what's happened in the action. Trade my setup. I did break a rule there, just entering willy-nilly on no news, especially in August. I'll do that in some of the off months when we're getting those volatile days, but because we can have those without news sometimes. But August, we need news to get it. It's my rule. So yeah, stay away or wake up in the morning and create a plan and know that this could easily fail here and would have been able to get in more size or whatever and just take a regular trade. If I had entered here properly, here's the thing is I would have been able to enter here as we drew back up into a premium for the short. So I would have literally gotten in here, messed up my entry, by the way. So I would have entered here. So let's put that there. Boom. And then I had my stop here. So if I had actually put in enough size and traded this correctly, this would have already been a 4R trade. But because I didn't do that correctly, I didn't put in enough risk. I was being a pansy, didn't have the plan. Literally could have had a whole profitable trade and scaled out, at this order block easily. 74%. I would have had 4 contracts in here. And yeah, just totally messed that one up. Honestly, I rated it as a D, but yeah, I guess it's still good. Maybe D minus. Is that now that I look at this and see how I messed that up, it's like, okay, come on, bro. So yeah, anyways, cool to see that I still, could have crushed it, but it's cool to see that it is in my control and I could have done it, and the next time I'll do it, So yeah. Anyways, we got these relative equal highs. I'll be watching this for tomorrow. Same thing on NASDAQ. We might not get this, but it would make a lot of sense for us to come back up here and manipulate these highs. Then we get an SMT, at that order block. And then as well, if we miss that trade, I will be looking for longs on the Russell, possibly down into here. So yeah. Yeah. That's basically my analysis for tomorrow too. So yeah, adios.